Well, Iran and the P5+1 are expected to resume talks in Vienna later this month as the two sides are implementing their landmark Geneva deal. The comments of senior U.S. officials regarding Iran seem to be undermining diplomacy. The leader of Iran's Islamic Revolution, Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei, says the U.S. has been insincere and has not dropped its enmity toward the country.
Iran and the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council plus Germany are implementing an interim nuclear deal they reached in Geneva last year. Under the agreement, Iran is limiting some aspects of its nuclear energy program in return for the removal of part of the sanctions. The implementation of the Geneva deal is expected to pave the way for a comprehensive agreement between the two sides in a matter of months. Efforts and remarks made by some U.S. lawmakers and officials have undermined the spirit of cooperation that the international community expects to see on the part of both sides. Some U.S. lawmakers, lobbied by the Israeli group AIPAC, have been pushing for more anti-Iran sanctions, despite the ongoing dialogue. Tehran has said any such measure would kill the Geneva deal. Several top U.S. officials have repeated in recent months that all options remain open in dealing with Iran, indicating that America could use a military strike against Iran's civilian nuclear facilities if the talks fail. Iran has said such words disrespect the Iranian nation and will undermine the ongoing negotiations. In the latest remarks by U.S. officials, top U.S. nuclear negotiator Wendy Sherman said Iran's ballistic missiles have to be addressed in any comprehensive agreement with Iran. Iran has always said its weapons are defensive and will be used if it comes under attack. The country's defense spending is not comparable to that of some countries in the region. The leader of Iran's Islamic Revolution, Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei, says Washington has not dropped its enmity towards Iran and has been insincere in negotiations with Tehran.
ببینید دشمنی را، ببینید درویی را. مسئولین آمریکایی در جلسات خصوصی با مسئولین کشور ما یک جور حرف میزنن، به مجرد اینکه از اونها جدا میشن در بیرون یه جور دیگه حرف میزنن.
Ayatollah Khamenei also said U.S. officials lie when they say they're not seeking regime change in Iran. He said the United States would not hesitate if it were able to do so. In an apparent reference to Sherman's remarks on Iran's missiles, the leader said the country will never halt enhancing its defense capabilities.
آمریکایی‌ها در برخی از اظهارات و لفاظی‌هاشون میگن ما دوست ملت ایرانیم. دروغ میگن. در خلال کارهاشون میشود فهمید ایران رو تهدید میکنن. اون وقت توقع دارن که جمهوری اسلامی از قدرت دفاعی خود بکاهد. این خنده‌آور نیست؟ این مسخره نیست؟
Iran and the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council, Russia, US, Britain, France and China plus Germany, are to resume the talks in Vienna later this month. The discussions will focus on a long-term deal. Time will tell whether the U.S. approach, which Iran regards as insincere, will allow future talks to succeed.